Hello students, I am Dr. Meenakshi Mahur, Assistant Professor, Zoology, Sri Samlaji Government College, Manfia, Chittorgarh. Today I am going to discuss what is genetic engineering and what are the main tools of genetic engineering. And then I'll discuss restriction endonuclease, which is one of the tools of genetic engineering. So before explaining what is restriction endonuclease, I would like to explain what is genetic engineering. It, it is also referred as a recombinant DNA technology or gene splicing. It is one kind of biotechnology which involves manipulation of DNA. It refers to method to change the chemical structure of genetic material, that is DNA and RNA, and then to introduce into host and alter its phenotype. So, genetic engineering deals with the isolation of useful gene from a variety of sources and the formation of new combination of DNA, which is recombinant DNA, and uh, it is done for repair, improvement, perfection, and matching of a genotype. The genetic engineering may also be defined as a technique for artificial and deliberately modifying DNA to suit human needs. Paul Berg is known as the father of genetic engineering. He transferred gene of SV40 virus, that is CMN virus, into E. coli with the help of lambda phage, and he also got Nobel Prize in 1980. So now I will discuss what is recombinant DNA technology or genetic engineering. Recombinant DNA technology includes technique of cutting DNA into specific fragments using enzyme restriction endonucleases and joining the fragments with the help of enzyme ligase. By using this technology, the fragments of foreign DNA can be inserted into a vector, which may be plasmid or viruses, and this technology bypasses the restriction in the gene transfer mechanism between unrelated organisms. So here you can see this is a donor DNA, means it is that DNA which is being donated. So it is a donor DNA. So by restriction endonuclease, we are cutting DNA and getting desired DNA piece, means which the DNA which we require. So now by restriction endonuclease, we have got desired DNA piece. Now we will take plasmid DNA from bacteria, and by restriction endonuclease, we are cutting plasmid DNA at its specific site. Now, by ligase, we are recombining both desired DNA piece and cut plasmid DNA, and this DNA is known as recombinant DNA. After that, we will introduce this recombinant DNA into host cell, and by multiplication, we are getting many more recombinant DNA. So here you can see this is a recombinant DNA and it is the main DNA of bacteria. But afterwards, this recombinant DNA will produce protein which we desire. So this is the protein encoded by cloned gene. Means it will multiply and produce more protein which we require, which we are in need. Here I am taking one example. So it is a human cell, it is a DNA, it is a DNA in the nucleus, and here in DNA there is a insulin gene. So by using restriction endonuclease enzyme, we have got insulin gene from DNA. So this is a part of insulin gene, and we have by restriction endonuclease, we have cut the DNA and get the insulin gene. Now we will take plasmid from another bacteria, and we will cut at its specific end by restriction endonuclease. Then we will recombine them, both this, and the DNA which is formed is known as recombinant DNA. Now we will take transgenic bacteria with plasmid which contain insulin gene. So this recombinant DNA, here you can see here in bacterium, we will transfer this. When this bacteria multiply, each time it will produce insulin. So recombinant bacteria gain ability to secrete human insulin. So this is a way how to produce more insulin. So by taking help of bacteria or bacterial plasmid, we are now able to produce more and more insulin. So this is a recombinant DNA technology. So these are the tools of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology. So first is the enzyme. There are number of specific kinds of enzyme which are employed in genetic engineering. So these are lysing enzyme. This enzyme is used for opening the cell to get DNA for genetic experiment. Bacterial cell wall is commonly dissolved with the help of lysosome. Now next is a cleaving enzyme. This enzyme is used for DNA molecules. Cleaving enzymes are of three types: exonuclease, endonuclease, and restriction endonuclease. So exonuclease is used to cut off nucleotide from fifth or third end of DNA molecule, and the endonuclease it is used to break DNA duplex at any point except at the end. Then restriction endonuclease, it cleaves the DNA duplex at a specific point, but in such a way that they come to possess short single-stranded free ends. Then synthesizing enzyme, it synthesizes new strands of DNA. Means this enzyme are used to synthesize new strands of DNA complementary to existing DNA or RNA template. And they are of two types: reverse transcriptase and rDNA polymerase. Then reverse transcriptase, it helps in the synthesis of complementary DNA strand on RNA template, and DNA polymerase synthesize complementary DNA on DNA templates. Then joining enzyme. This enzyme helps in joining the DNA fragments. If we take example of DNA ligase, which is obtained from E. coli, DNA ligase is used to join DNA fragments, and joining enzymes are also called as a molecular glues. Then alkaline phosphatase. This enzyme cut off phosphate group from the fifth end of the linearized circular DNA, and it prevents its recircularization. Then after enzyme, second important tool is a vehicle DNA or vector DNA. The DNA which is used as a carrier for transferring a fragment of foreign DNA into a suitable host is called vehicle or vector DNA. So here this is a vehicle DNA. Plasmid is vehicle DNA. Then passenger DNA. It is the DNA which is transferred from one organism into another by combining it with the vehicle DNA, and it can be complementary DNA, synthetic DNA, or random DNA. Here This is a passenger DNA, which is being transferred from one organism to another by combining it with the vehicle DNA. So this is the vehicle DNA. So this is all about tools of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology. So it is a summary of recombinant DNA technology. So first, there is a generation of DNA fragments and the selection of the desired piece of DNA. Example, a human gene. Then, selected gene is inserted into a cloning vector, that is a plasmid, and it creates a recombinant DNA or chimeric DNA. Then recombinant vectors are introduced into the host cell like bacteria. Then there is a multiplication and the selection of clones which contain the recombinant molecules or recombinant DNA. Then gene is expressed to produce a desired product, the product which we require. In case of this example, we are producing insulin. It is a desired product. Now, restriction endonuclease. So it is also known as DNA cutting enzyme, and it is also known as a molecular scissor because they cleave DNA duplex at a specific point, and it cleaves in such a way that they come to possess short single-stranded free ends. Restriction endonuclease is one of the important group of enzymes which is used for the manipulation of DNA. These are the bacterial enzymes. They which can cut or split DNA at a specific site. They were first described in E. coli, restricting the replication of bacteriophages by cutting the viral DNA. The host E. coli DNA is protected from cleavage by addition of methyl group. Restriction endonucleases are named by a standard procedure with a particular reference to the bacteria from which they are isolated. So here you can see EcoRI. So EcoRI is obtained from E. coli, that is Escherichia coli. So his name is Eco. Then it is then followed by two letters of species which like the strain of the organism. So it is a RY13. So we are getting R. So E. coli is a eco, then R means strain RY13. Then it is the first endonuclease to be discovered. That's why we are putting in a Roman numerals, which is showing its order of discovery. There's one more example, Hint third. So HIN, it means it is obtained from Haemophilus influenza. So it is a name of the genus or the species from we are getting this enzyme, and then then it comes the strain of the organism. So it's a RD. So this is a D, which is showing, which is indicating its strain. Then it is the third endonuclease to be discovered. That's why this is a Roman numeral third, which is indicating order of discovery. So this is how we can mention or describe or name restriction endonuclease. There are four types of restriction endonuclease which are known. So first, type first, it's a single enzyme with three subunits for recognition, cleavage and methylation, and it can cleave up to 1000 base pair from recognition site. Example is Eco K12. Then type 2, there's a two different enzyme either to cleave or modify the recognition sequence, and the cleavage site is the same or close to recognition site. Type 2 is the most common endonuclease which is used in a gene cloning. Example is EcoRI. Then type third, it's a single enzyme with a two subunit for recognition and the cleavage. And cleavage site is 24 to 26 base pair from recognition site. Example is EcoPI. PI. Then second is two different enzymes. Cleavage site is up to 20 base pair from recognition site. So these are the types of endonuclease. Now recognition sequence or palindrome sequence. Recognition sequence is the site or specific place or specific site where the DNA is cut by restriction endonuclease. Restriction endonuclease can specifically recognize DNA with a particular sequence of 4 to 8 nucleotides and then cleave. And this specific 4 to 8 nucleotide sequence is called restriction site, and it is usually palindromic, which means that the DNA sequence is the same when read in 5 directions on both DNA strand. So here is the example of EcoRI. Here it's a 5' it's a 3' or it's a 3' or 5'. So it cuts over here and by this here over here. So if we read from this GAATTC and here also GAATTC. After cleaving, we will get product AATTC and G, and second is a GCTTAA. So if we are reading from here, then again GATTC, and if we read from here, then again GAATTC. So it's a palindromic. This restriction endonuclease produce DNA fragments with sticky ends, which are particularly used for recombinant DNA fragments. And this is why single-stranded DNA ends can easily pair with any other DNA fragment which have a complementary sticky ends. So here you can see EcoRI is producing EcoRI is producing sticky ends. So it is a GCTTAA. Here it can be combined with another DNA and AATTC and the G. So they are producing sticky ends. EcoRI produce blunt ends. So here GAT and from here CTA. So here blunt ends, and it is ETC and TAG. It is over here blunt ends. So they can produce DNA fragment. The restriction in endonuclease may cut fragment, and they may produce sticky ends or blunt ends. So here is the example of sticky end, and it is the example of blunt end. So today I discussed what is genetic engineering, then I described what is recombinant DNA technology, then I took the example of insulin to make you understand what is recombinant DNA technology, what is the purpose of recombinant DNA technology. Then I described main tools of genetic engineering or recombinant DNA technology, in which I described three main things which are required: enzyme, vehicle DNA or vector DNA, and passenger DNA. And I described restriction endonuclease, which is known as molecular scissor or DNA cutting enzyme. And there are main 4 types of endonuclease. Then what is recognition sequence or palindrome sequence? Then how they produce sticky ends or blunt ends. So it's all about genetic engineering and restriction endonuclease and palindromic sequence. Thank you.